Gonna hop on the tram here, take us up to the Getty Museum. All aboard. Here's a little map of the Getty. So explore the area, walk around, see some exhibits, see some art stuff. Beautiful sunny day, February. Let's go check some things out around. I don't want to climb these steps.
Your cardio.
14 acrylic prisms turned to the sun, suspended in skylights. There they are, up there, yeah. 1, 2. You could see the rainbows down on the floor there. One over there too. We all know that days are shorter in the winter and longer in the summer, but we rarely consider that this is the result of Earth orbiting the sun at different angles throughout the year, leaning closer to the sun in summertime and further away in winter. If you look around this rotunda, you see bands of rainbows, colored spectral light hitting the walls and floors. This Spectrum 14, an artwork by Charles Ross that was commissioned for this location. If you linger, you may notice the band slowly moving as Earth imperceptibly rotates. Later today, the rainbows of the spectral light will have shifted still more, and if you return months from now, they will be hitting completely new locations in the space. Ross created Spectrum 14 by monitoring the rays of acrylic prisms, each one precisely positioned and angled to capture the sun's rays at a particular time of day and at a certain point in the year. Over the course of a day, the spectral bands move throughout the space in relation to the sun. As seasons change, some prisms in the array will fall outside the sun's reach while new ones take central stage. Viewing this work over time, you may more readily perceive the rotation of the Earth. And you can see those prisms up there and all the rainbow colors on the ground here. I don't know if you could see them. They're down there. The prism place. The Dream of Pope Sigrius. Some very interesting photos in here. The Meeting of the Three Kings with David and Isaiah. Some Italian paintings in here. Glass vases and vases and things from 1600s. This is where you put your chip and guacamoles at. Some stained glass windows, looks like. St. Margaret, stained glass windows from Germany. The Crucifixion from France.
이게 안 열어졌어.
This is a walk at dusk. Pretty cool picture. See downtown LA over there. It's the 405 freeway, I think. Here at the Getty Museum. And then you can see the ocean all the way over there. So Van Gogh over here.
It's insane.
And, the irises, Van Gogh right here. And then the Royal End on this side. We're looking at Claude Monet, the sunrise right here. portal of Rowan Cathedral in morning light. It's a Claude Monet. And over here is another Monet, still life with flowers and fruit. The garden down here. People having picnics, chilling out. Very cool.
Standing like this. And I do it on transit all the time.
Here exploring a mission up in Solvang. The Santa Ines mission. As you can see right there. Go check it out. This almost reminds me of the one in Oceanside. And this is one of the 22 arches form the front arcade of the Mission Quadrangle as completed in 1807. This is the original 19th arch. The 10 arches closest to the church are also original. Like most of the adobe quadrangle, some of the arches collapsed. For many years there was a gap between the 10th and 19th arches, but in 1989 the Mission arches were reconstructed. So this is one of the original ones right here. You can hear the bells. All those rosaries. And you can see here there's a cross. There's still blood on the cross from where they hanged Jesus. And you can see that in all these other crosses over here. So we're getting ready to leave the mission now and head into Solvang and just walk around the city. And we'll just go out through these gates right here. And we'll be in the downtown area of Solvang. Go check out some windmills. Some restaurants and stuff down here. Oh, look at an old telephone booth here. Make a collect call. Which way should we go? Want an ice cream? They have tattoos upstairs.
Ice cream taster.
So we're in Solvang, checking out some little shop. They have a whole bunch of wines, chocolates, jams, spreads, a bunch of coffee, a bunch of crazy little things here. This gift shop, kind of market kind of thing.
We have to leave around 5, probably like 4:45.
Okay.
And if it's 4 now, we have 45 minutes.
Let's go walk around. Alright.
Do we want to, if we're gonna want to eat something?
Ooh, I smell those pretzels. Look at this building. So weird.
Like that tall building, right?
That's it.
There's so much to look at.
There is. It's just little shops all over the place.
What about the Belgian cafe?
Let's go in here. So we just seen this cool clock tower with a cool brick design. Some cool bells on it here in Solvang. So that was pretty neat. Yeah, we're just walking around the place. That's cool. Little clock tower we see.
Gorgeous.
We'll have to,
Subway and
have to catch up on some right now.
Hans Christian Andersen.
Hans Chris Andersen.
He made the bracelets. You know the Snow White,
Really?
Sleeping Beauty,
He did that?
Cinderella?
Really?
Yeah.
Alright. Well, this is our main guy here. Here in Solvang. It's very...
I don't know
Fairy
the
tale
exact ones. There's some that he didn't.
And I ordered a lavender latte and it came with some gold flakes on top of there. Pretty nice. Let's see how it tastes. Very earthy. We're at the cheese house here in Solvang. Get like a nice little meat and cheese board. Hang out. Hearst Castle, there it is. Pulling into the parking lot. California State Parks welcomes you. Alright, so we're making our way here to Hearst Castle and about to go in, hop on a shuttle and then bring us up to the mountains to the castle. but we'll stop in this little visitor center first, get our tickets, and then move up the mountain. It's a big parking area here. And here we are, Hearst San Simeon State Historical Monument. Go in and check it out. I smell coffee.
I smell it. I can feel it.
Oh, right there.
Oh,
Right there.
yes.
Hello everyone, my name is Alex Trebek, and on behalf of California State Parks, I would like to welcome you to Hearst San Simeon State Historical Monument, better known as Hearst Castle.
Okay, the stairs commence.
Yeah. So we're making it here to Hearst Castle. Just got off the bus down there. Heading up to the men's dressing room. This is where they would get changed to go into the pool and stuff, I'm guessing. See what it looks like. Time to go into the pool now. Put all our bathing suits on. Neptune's pool down there. See the castle up there. Be heading up there in a minute. Still hanging out in this patio down here. Overlooking Neptune's pool. This is the cottages though, I think. This is part of the cottages over here. You can see the ocean come up here too. All the way down over there is the ocean. Came up like some winding road to get up here. See the nice colors here on the patio. And there's the beautiful Neptune's pool. Lots of statues everywhere. Heading up from Neptune's pool to the main area. Oh wow, look at that. Is that a sarcophagus? Nice views. Nice views. Like Gothic art on there. Beautiful gardens all outside. These cool sarcophaguses all over the place. Ready to head into the grand rooms. See the gargoyles? Oh. Big open courtyards everywhere. Look at this one. Just made it inside to one of the grand rooms. Yeah. Tapestries are huge. Well, watch your feet. I want to stay on the drink. The fireplace is huge. Beautiful mosaic. That would have been the main entrance coming in, huh? Ceilings.
Okay, so when you look at the back of the chair, depending on where you are, you can probably see the back of at least one side of those chairs, on the other side of the table. There is a 3-tiered pack. There are keys that are crossed like this. And what simple that is. The Pope from the department store in LA. So he had the old stuff, but he also had brand new chairs because he realized a lot of people feel like they're walking on eggshells sitting on something like that. Now, if you sat down here, you might find yourself next to a guy named Robert Ridley. Has anybody here ever read Ridley's Believe It or Not? Okay, yeah, it's a Roman temple during the second century. And if you're like me, you think about the Roman Empire every day. But if it wasn't for that guy, you'd be thinking about the Carthaginian. Does anybody here want to imagine the world where the Roman Empire fell centuries before it began? Imagine how the course of world history would have changed for that. Kind of butterfly effect. Scipio Africanus, the man on the tapestries, he was the one who actually defeated the Carthaginian Empire, saved the Roman Empire, and
Wizard foot. Got all the potions in. What's in there? All the secrets. Look, it's got wheels. Heading into the dining room now. Smells something.
All right, so looks like we've got everybody inside. Does anybody want to get over to the first sat? Yeah, right in the middle. He sat right here. And one time, one of the guests of his party asked him, you know, Mr. Hearst, why don't you sit at the head of the table? And he replied, wherever I sit is the head of the table. And that was the end of the discussion. And so the guests would sit on either side of William Randolph Hearst, and that's just the way it went. So there was a woman who sat right here. Her name was Marion Davies. Has anybody ever heard of Marion Davies' film? Has anybody ever watched her? She was actually second highest paid actress in Hollywood at one point. And sadly, her movies aren't nearly as famous as they used to be, but she was very, very famous back then. However, this was not Mr. Hearst's wife, this was his girlfriend. He was married, but it's called. You're braver than me. Now he sat, of course, right in front of that, so you could put two together. It is a classic symbol of elected political authority. Our own U.S. government makes it a little different than this, but there's lots of parliaments around the world and different mayors in different towns that have maces to show that they're in charge. And so I'll let you put two and two together. Why a man like her would sit right in front of you. And then the ceiling up there was actually hand carved out of walnut wood. In the 16th century, they did that in Italy, by the way. So it would be considered a Renaissance ceiling. And you see the lady in the middle? That's Mary, probably the most famous Catholic saint. These are all Catholic saints on the ceiling up here. And when you look at these people's heads, you know their head is raised like this. When I talk to you like that, oh, I'm going to Bruce leaving by me so much. All right, so yeah, you'll notice these people's necks are craned like that. That might have been part of a wall at some point. And then they might have been turned into a ceiling. Mr. Hearst was infamous for turning the walls and the ceiling to walls, and you know, he actually did that. He actually took walls and the ceiling wall and turned it into a door to get in. So he did wacky stuff, just changing around the position of antique material. Okay, so then you see there's a guy on horseback. You see him with a spear, the dragon. So there was an old story where St. George, the Roman soldier, who was riding on horseback, and there was a princess that was about to get eaten by a dragon. There was this town called Africa where dragons could attack everybody. It started out with livestock, but the dragon got so bloodthirsty that it ate a human every single day. And so they would count off, almost like gambling, to see who turned it into a dragon.
Heading out of the dining room now. Going to another room. This is the smoking room we'll be moving out of now. And we'll be heading into another room where they smoke their cigars and stuff like that. Feeling seated. Is it warm? There's the jewelry box.
Okay, so people show you a Hollywood building here. We got something much more epic for you. Let's see a home. There is Mr. Hearst on the left with actress Marie Dressler. This was a guest of, or she was a guest of his And she won an Academy Award one time. I'm pretty sure it wasn't for costume design, but there she is nonetheless, all right? Do you see the woman in the Argyle sweater? She's gonna come up to the camera and make a face at you. She loved doing that, called mugging for the camera. This is Marion Davies, your hostess, Mr. Hearst's girlfriend. She's going to have some fun with you. She's going to, make you laugh. There's Charlie Chaplin serenading her on a tennis racket, and he described her as the funniest woman you've ever met. Pretty high compliment from the one and only Charlie Chaplin. So Charlie Chaplin is here on the left as well. Does he look different to you guys, perhaps? When I first started working here, I'm like, is that the same guy? It's actually the same guy. But he doesn't have the mustache and the bowler cap on. He doesn't have that makeup on. He's not in costume, so he looks way different when he's just normal Charlie, which still isn't very normal, but normal Charlie. Okay, see the woman on the left there? That is Hedda Hopper. She was a gossip columnist who could ruin your career. We're gonna zoom in on her. So be very careful what you say about her. Watch out what you say. Also watch her neck very closely, right here. Okay, if you think that's weird, are there any Swifties in the crowd? This is not Taylor Swift, I must say. But it kind of looks like her, right? It's actually one named Claire Windsor with Dolores Del Rio. They're really successful actresses. Okay, here's Charlie Chaplin playing tennis. Here's a much better tennis player. His name was Bill Tilden, first American man to win Wimbledon. Notice how everybody's outdoors. So the reason for that is because the party didn't really begin until 7 o'clock. Until then, you had the day to yourself. You do stuff like this, horseback ride, play tennis or swim in a pool, get 2 for you to enjoy. We'll see the other one later. There's Mr. Hearst. Check out what he does to this statue. He waves at it. And that's no wave hello, that's a wave goodbye, actually. Because to this day, that statue is not there. So we are pretty sure that we just caught the changeableness of mind on camera. Remember how architect Julia Morgan said he suffered from changeableness of mind? Well, we're actually going to go see Julia Morgan right here. She was very brilliant, but very shy. She actually did not like interviews or her picture taken. You can see that because she hides her face. She was the first female architect in California, and she's actually the one that built the Fairmont Hotel in San Francisco after the 1906 earthquake. And so she did not, she liked to hide, despite the accomplishments, she liked to hide her face. But she also built the zoo up here as well. So you can see the polar bears, the lions. He had a lot of exotic animals, approximately 95 species of animals up here. That's the same road that you came up today. It was a dirt road until 1962. This week, it might turn into a mud road if they hadn't paved it in 1962. Just imagine that. So I want to ask you how you would feel if you were one of the employees that were bringing up the statues and the building materials up that windy dirt road. You'd have to offload it from the pier down by the harbor there, and then come up to the castle, 1,600 feet above the sea, 5-mile windy dirt road. And while you're doing this, there are herds of buffalo, and one of Mr. Hearst's employees actually sued him because an ostrich knocked him over. So you're going to have exotic animals possibly get a little aggressive up a very windy, treacherous dirt road. But it's the Great Depression and no one else is hiring. You want to do it? Okay, let's say you accept the job. Now, you're bringing up those marble statues, and a little marble statue falls off the truck. You have a Model T truck, it's going 5 or 10 miles an hour, and as it falls off, the little marble head falls off the little marble body. Does anybody want to guess what Hearst would do? I think the man would lose his marbles, okay? Well, you guys are going to lose your marbles when we check out the indoor Roman pool. Is anybody here allergic to 24-karat gold? Okay, you guys are going to dig it. Well, just watch your head on the door if you're tall. Also, look.
We carried it this whole time for something.
Look at that. Let's go see. So underneath these tennis courts is a huge pool that we're about to go see. Get into a nice pool with gold. Look at all the gold. remember them filming a movie, seeing a movie, and there was like some girl that like jumped off and into the pool. And it's not curved.
Divided into two parts in Mr. Hearst's time to minimize the possibility of collisions and to provide more access to the stunning views. On our descent, we will be looking north and east out to the distant mountains known as the Santa Lucia Coast Range, which runs parallel to the Pacific Ocean along the central region of California. To your left, you will again see the remnants of the pergola, columned armor for walking and horseback riding. It is easier to see on the way down. Also pass the animal enclosures used in Mr. Hearst's time for the polar bears. They were given ice on warm days and used their pool to swim in and keep cool. These animal pens were modeled after those in German zoos and